Now this wall behind me is my job for this week. It's a huge wall, goes up 6 metres to the ceiling. Now I need to do a lot of prep on this because I have big plans for it that may be quite controversial to you guys out there, but you have to remember this is our house and I just want to be really creative in here. So it all needs to be tape and jointed all the way up, and all of the ceiling all the way down to the wall. And then I need to fill in all the way around. It's time we should crack on.
Now you've all seen me tape and join before, so let's get through the boring bit really quickly and on to the nitty gritty.
I've just looked out the window and we've got a door on the stable side. But it's crazy how amazing it looks having a door just on there. It's fantastic. We're starting to button things up now. So I've tape and jointed all of the room now, but you can see here you've got big gaps between where the plasterboard meets the beams, and it's how we make that join so it's seamless. And I'm just going to quickly show you. So always put a bit of this magic blue tape. Because it comes off the beam just fine, but it's just better if you can just have a line to go by. And you get this wonder tape. I'm not sure what this is called.
Scream.
Scrim.
I think that's what they call it.
Is it?
I don't know.
It's like a mesh.
Yeah.
It's like €1. It's very cheap. And I'm just going to do a bit for you. Normally you'd do a big long area, but I'm just going to show you putting it up. And you literally put it against your gap and on your ceiling. And what happens then is when you put your plaster up against the gap, this mesh holds it in place.
It's is it self-adhesive, Lisa?
What, this?
Yeah.
Yeah, the mesh.
Ah. I wondered how it stayed up, that's all.
Yeah, it's self-adhesive, so it stays up there while you're putting your plaster on. You put a thin line on first of all, let that dry. Don't worry about sanding back. The reason why you want a thin layer is because you don't want to sand the first layer back, because you'll just sand the mesh off. And then you just layer it up like you do any tape and jointing until you get a flat surface. Layer it up, sand it back, layer it up, sand it back, and then eventually you'll get a lovely clear line right against the beam, and it will make it look absolutely seamless. So we'll come back and show you when it's done, when it's seamless.
Big gap. Great big gap.
Well, no.
Should we like to revisit that one?
Ted did some amazing artwork. So I don't actually have any huge gaps because he's scribed it in absolutely beautifully. I did actually have some large gaps this side, I will say.
Yeah,
but,
I hold my hands up.
And I'm just looking at this side. No, this side is actually really good.
Is it?
Some of this side I don't even need to do it.
You just need to fill it with a bit of cork or something.
Yeah, it's really, really good. But yeah, if you... the reason why I'm showing this is there was a on Renovating in France Facebook page, which is really good. Lots of people that are renovating, because obviously lots of us Brits are out here, put up messages on there and how do I do this, how do I do that? And there was a guy that answered it absolutely perfectly about how to do the scribing in of the plasterboard, the joints, just how Ted does it. And he described it perfectly. But I just thought, by showing you this gap, because the gap is the big thing, and lots of people saying, oh, just cork it, just this, just that. If you was just to cork that gap, it would fall down. The gravity of it would pull it down. So it would fill it, but you wouldn't have a seamless line, straight line going up to the beam. It would show that it's been corked. This way you get a real seamless line going up to the beam, and it just makes it look absolutely perfect. I remember a good friend of ours, Paul, taught us how to do this in the very beginning, and I just think it's absolutely brilliant. And we always, when we go to other people's houses, it's a thing that we always look at, which you shouldn't, but we always look at people's ceilings and see how they've done theirs, and you can really tell when they've either put beading on or they've corked it and they haven't taken the time to do this. And I think it's just that little piece of, what's the word?
Attention to detail.
Yeah, just that little piece of attention to detail that takes a bit more time, because you have to wait for it to dry, sand it, do it again, wait for it to dry. So over a course of a few days. But I think it looks absolutely superb when you do it. And if you're going to do it, you might as well do it right. First coat's done. We'll come back, hopefully by tonight. It should be dry enough for me to be able to sand back and give a second coat, so I get 2 coats in one day. And another 2 coats tomorrow. Voila, we'll be done. So I'm now at the painting stage, and God, I love it when you get to this stage because it feels like you've worked so hard on prepping everything, plasterboarding, tape and jointing, filling all the gaps. It's just really nice to get to the painting stage and have the ceiling finished, because then we can start working our way down. So the room's really come to shape now, and yeah, it's just nice because now you can start to see what the final reveal will be like. You can start imagining it in your head now, and God, it'll be so lovely to have a bathroom. So I've just taken the tape off of the beams where I was infilling earlier, and yeah, I'll just give you a close-up so you can just see how seamless it is. There are no gaps whatsoever. Now this beam is actually quite a good beam because it's quite straight, and there might be a lot of you out there that have got wonky beams that are saying yes, that's okay if you've got a straight beam, but just take a look at these ones. Now this beam here is far from straight. It's completely wonky the whole way up, and that's because this is one of the original beams. But I've used exactly the same format with this. So the tape and jointing, all of the painting on the ceiling and the wall behind me is now completely finished. And that's brilliant because I now have a blank canvas here to be able to start my creation. But you're going to have to wait a couple of weeks for that because I now need to get out of the way so Ted can come in and do the plumbing in here and lay the floor. So that will be the next step. So don't forget, if you like the video, press the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you'll get notification of every vlog that we upload. And we come to you every Thursday and Monday now. And keep those comments coming because we'd love to hear from you. Anyway, bye for now. Take care everyone. See you soon.
If you would like to hitch a ride with us on this adventure, then please check out our Patreon page. For just €5 a month, you can help support our project, receive behind the scenes footage, uncut videos, and have Zoom chats with me and Ted. Be part of the Monmania family on our Patreon-only Facebook page, or make a one-off donation via our PayPal page. All of the links are in the description. You will then know that your contribution helps to preserve a piece of world history.
Let's go for a ride. I hate to see you leaving, but